Today, on Guess What I Found Out, we're going to discover some facts about seeds. Yep, those things you normally ignore unless you're planting tomatoes or eating trail mix. Turns out they're sacred, political, and might just be humanity's last hope if everything goes to compost. So, sit tight, Curious George. We're diving into the surprisingly spicy world of seed sovereignty, patented veggies, and the great corn conspiracy your grocery store definitely doesn't want you to know about. To indigenous communities, seeds aren't just baby plants. They're ancestral USB drives storing thousands of years of culture, medicine, and food systems. They're alive, they have memory, and unlike cryptocurrency, you can actually eat them. Seeds are considered gold, not shiny ring finger gold, but real, grow food and don't die gold. And corn, that's basically the Beyoncé of seeds. Entire ceremonies are dedicated to it. It's not just food, it's spiritual, cultural, and also delicious with butter. Like this video or a sacred ear of corn will appear in your dreams, silently judging your snack choices. Over the last 10,000 years, humans managed to delete about 90% of the world's crop diversity. That's right, we've monocultured our way into fragility. One disease and boom, no bananas. Again. Enter seed banks and community seed libraries, nature's version of Dropbox. These guardians of biodiversity keep weird, beautiful and climate-resilient seed varieties alive, ready to save us when monoculture crops inevitably pull a Titanic. Remember the Irish potato famine? That wasn't just bad luck. It was what happens when you bet your entire food system on one flavour of potato. And guess what? We're still doing it. So smart. Now it gets juicy. Enter the Green Revolution, aka when we traded farmer wisdom for chemical dependency. Hybrid seeds, pesticides and patented crops turned farming into a legal minefield. Some chemical companies, cough Monsanto cough, decided, hey, what if we owned the right to grow food? And thanks to a very chill 5-4 Supreme Court ruling led by a former Monsanto lawyer, no conflict of interest there, they now own life and its children forever. You thought Disney had copyright issues? Try planting a seed and getting sued for patent infringement. Can't wait for Avocado's Civil War in theaters next fall. Smash that follow button like you're protecting your garden from corporate espionage. Let's talk atrazine, a pesticide so nasty it makes frogs grow the wrong parts and people lose the ones they actually need. Birth defects, hormone issues, cancer, just your typical side effects from a little agricultural poison. And the cherry on top? These companies not only sell the toxins, but they also sponsor the science proving they're totally safe. Ah yes, the same way I trust a candy bar to do my taxes. Meanwhile, families living near test fields report asthma, miscarriages and enough allergies to fill a pharmacy. But sure, nothing to see here. GM seeds don't stay in their own lane, they cross-pollinate, contaminate, and then lawyers show up to accuse you of stealing corporate property. Yes, Curious George, you can be sued for nature doing its thing. It's like your neighbour throws a frisbee into your yard and then bills you for theft. And don't even get me started on the creepy science, inserting bacterial, viral, or even scorpion genes into plants. We're basically one step away from corn that glows in the dark and files its own taxes. But not all is doom and corporate patents. Around the world, indigenous communities and small farmers are saying thanks but no thanks, and creating community seed banks, hosting seed-saving schools, and reclaiming their food systems with middle fingers full of soil. These aren't just activists. They're the reason you still have more than one type of tomato. Like and follow unless you want your grandkids eating nothing but beige nutrition bars called food trademark. From native seed search to the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, aka the plant version of Fort Knox, we've got vaults storing thousands of seed varieties in case of apocalyptic weather, war, or, let's be honest, bad decisions. But here's the twist. Seed banks are awesome, but they're not a replacement for living seed systems. Seeds have to be grown, adapted, loved. Otherwise, they're just sleeping potential in a glorified freezer. So what did we learn, Curious George? Seeds are sacred, alive, and extremely not chill with being owned by corporations. They're also our best chance at surviving climate change, restoring culture, and maybe, just maybe, not dying in a chemical soup. So save seeds, share seeds, and for the love of biodiversity, don't let corn become a lawyer. Stay weird, stay curious, and remember, every time you plant a seed, you're planting a rebellion.